Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 9 of What If Naruto Was Abandoned and Awaken a Kekkei Genkai. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, go ahead and check out the brand new series over on Anime King of What If Naruto Was One of the Legendary 7. And enjoy that guys. And also I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Exiled from the Otsutsuki clan. So go ahead and check that out and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last spot we left off, as Naruto finished telling his story to Sarutobi, as they were in the office, as the man went over the finer details of what happened, given the fact that Naruto left out many details, although Naruto did tell him about the Chunin exams and what Orochimaru was planning. What Naruto didn't tell him was, he didn't have any love for Konoha at all. He hated this place, in fact. He just wanted to make sure that the people that he cared about here did not die in the upcoming invasion. After all, they would not hide, they would fight and participate. As Naruto wanted to become a ninja of the village, Sarutobi was gonna put on a special test so that he could test Naruto's strength, as he was gonna get someone to do it. As Naruto agreed, he asked Hana out on a date. Afterwards, as Hana had run away after she saw that the Kyuubi and him were, well, in a relationship. But Natsume went to her and explained the details of what was going on. And she understood that she came back and apologized for her running away like that, as she told Naruto that she accepted. So later that night, as he got ready, he made his way as he picked her up. The night was wonderful as they went to a restaurant. She was a bit nervous because she hasn't been out on a date since what happened with Mizuki, and she was still a bit scarred. But he told her if at any moment that she wanted to go, he would bring her back home, as she was grateful for that. As they spent the rest of the night having fun, it was wonderful, a blessed, heavenly feeling. The time finally came as he started to bring her home. A couple of guys started to appear out of the woodworks as they were in the red light district, trying to harass the two. But Naruto created a clone who handled them. As he brought Hana home, Kiba wanted to know who she went on a date with, as Hana told him that the guy that saved her back then was back. Kiba was always grateful for a guy who saved her against Mizuki. He wished he was there though so he could put Mizuki in his place. The next day, as the girls wanted to know who Hana was going out with, as there was this glow about her, as it was Anko and Kurnai, but Hana refused to tell them, although she said that it was the guy that saved her, and they also wanted to meet him. She realized that she was late and she quickly made her way towards the place, where he was about to have his test as Naruto had transformed back in his smaller form. As Kakashi arrived, he was the one that he was going to fight, as Natsume did not intervene. Instead, Natsume put up a genjutsu, a genjutsu that even affect Kakashi's body as well, so he wouldn't feel what was going on. To the spectators, Kakashi seemed to be, well, dealing with Naruto like any Jonin would with a genin, but it was the complete opposite as Naruto was beating the living crap out of Kakashi, as he didn't stand a chance on the inside. But not even Kakashi noticed that, as Naruto told him that he didn't like him but he would tolerate him. But he decided to get some payback by beating the living crap out of him. Once it was over, as they exit, the man dropped towards the ground in agonizing pain, cuts and bruises all over his body as he was trembling in agony. As Tatsumi then went on to explain what happened after the two left. Many people were notified of what happened, as the Akatsuki was notified by their spy. Danzo was notified, and the worstest person that Naruto hated was Kushina. He was notified. It seems like Kushina had sat down with someone else, as she had 3 kids. Yes, 3 kids. Naruto had siblings out there. And from what Kushina must have told them about him being a demon because of the beast taking over him, they saw him as someone they need to get rid of. As all of them wanted to kill Naruto, as Kushina also made a vow to kill Naruto as well, to save her son's soul from that misery, as she really believed that Naruto was corrupted and tainted by that beast. So everything was getting ready and everyone was coming. So yeah guys, so basically that's what I thought. You guys can switch across and please check it out for yourself. So to begin this new episode. It was the following day after Naruto's test, and as the pair quickly found out, Konoha's reputation for being gossips were quite accurate, with the simple fact as the villagers heard that he was back and already begun their glares and their talks of demon returning. It was the early part in the morning, thankfully. He didn't have to deal with many gazes as he walked through the town. However, the gazes remind him of what he left behind all those years ago, and he was glad that he did so. As Natsume was walking beside him, she wasn't subtle like he was, as she glared and growled at anyone who looked towards them in any way. As Naruto was still in his child form, they had their first mission with their team, but he figured that he would visit someone before he left. As both him and Natsume arrived towards the veterinary office, as they made their way, at the moment Hana was currently stitching up a dog who was unconscious. She looked at the poor dog who was now sleeping blissfully. I will need to have a talk with your owner. Until a pair of hands obscured her vision. Always a caring type, huh, Hana-chan? As Hana swerved around and she looked at Naruto's smiling face, Naruto-kun, she said as she hugged him, as he hugged her back. As she then turned and she saw a smirking Natsume leaning at the doorway. Oh, hail Natsume-san, she said. So what? I don't get a hug as well, asked Natsume. As Hana rolled her eyes, she went over and hugged Natsume. As Natsume looked towards Naruto with a smirk, before she squeezed Hana's ass, as Hana jumped out of her embrace. Hey, what was that for? I've already told you before. I'm making sure that you're good enough for my mate, and that was one of my tests. Very nice, by the way. As Hana blushed at that. Well, at least give me some warning, said Hana. Well, there's no fun in that, said Natsume. Besides, Naruto-kun seemed to enjoy it. Hana was too embarrassed to look back as Naruto was behind her, but inside she was quite happy that he liked it. As she coughed. So, what brings you around, she said. Well, as you know, we're now a part of Kakashi's Genin team, and we were assigned a mission this morning. So I just wanted to see you before we left, said Naruto, as he saw a jar of candy as he opened it and pulled out a lollipop. And if you want to make plans for another date after our return, he said with a smile. She turned towards him. That would be great, Naruto-kun, she said. Alright then, how about next week? Since I don't know how long this mission might last. She thought about her schedule. Next week sounds great, she said. Okay, I'll see you when I get back, and we can settle on the specifics then, he said, as he walked over and kissed her on the cheek. See you later, he said, as both him and Natsume vanished away. Hana smiled, she rubbed her cheek where he kissed her. Time skip, Hokage's office. I've taken your team request into consideration, and I'm allowing your team to take a higher rank mission, said the Hokage, as Kakashi nodded as him and Team 7 were there. Right, now this is a B rank mission, the perimeters, or to protect the client until he reaches destination, the Wave Country. But because this is the higher rank mission, and the circumstances are different, I will be adding 2 more Genin to your team, and they will be staying there until I find a permanent place to put them. So as right now, they will be a part of Team 7. But Hokage-sama, how can we be getting 2 more Genins now? All of the graduates from this year were already put on team, Sakura said. That is correct, but certain circumstances you're not allowed to be privy to. But 2 people joined Konoha, and they were given the rank of Genin. And since Kakashi was the one here to evaluate them, I felt it was only natural for them to be a part of his team. Who are they? She asked. Well, you should know one of them. Well, his reputation. He was a civilian of Konoha up till 6 years ago, and he has returned. As for the other, it is his companion. As for who they are, you will have to ask them yourself. They should be here any moment, said Sarutobi. The next moment there was a knock. Coming, said Sarutobi, as the 2 people walked inside the room. As Sasuke looked them over, that guy doesn't seem like anything special, Sasuke said. He then turned towards the girl. Despite Sasuke not being interested in fangirl, there was just something about this girl there. As Natsume was stunning, she was beautiful. Sai was surprised even though it barely showed on his face. Danzo-sama will be very interested to learn this turn of events. Sakura was shocked on the other hand, as she knew that boy. He was a demon child that people talk about, that vanished 6 years ago and presumed dead, but now he was back. And this girl, she was stunning. She had curves in all the right places. As she looked towards Sasuke, who seemed to be smirking towards the girl, she clenched her fists. Don't tell me that he likes her. As she was afraid that Sasuke might choose the girl over her, and also pissed off. Maybe she should kick the crap out of her after all. They were new Genins. But everyone has their own, so she kept herself calm. Hokage-sama, she said. For a mission like this, and who Team 7 is, do we really need 2 extra people for this? Especially those 2. Sarutobi sighed. I have already explained it. I don't feel need to do it again. And I would prefer it if you didn't think of Naruto-kun here as a Kyuubi. There are facts you are unaware of concerning him. So I suggest you hold your tongue on your ignorance. Am I understood? Yes, Hokage-sama, she said. Seems that the old monkey hasn't let his strength dwindle, despite his age, Naruto thought. Well, someone would have had to put her in her place. He glanced towards Natsume, and this other girl didn't want Natsume to put her in her place. I don't see a problem with it, said Sasuke. Besides, if you need them to catch up to the standards of being Genins of Konoha, there's no better team than us to do it with. He said that smug smirk. Granted, he was correct. Team 7 has the best mission records of their team generation. Was that arrogant little shit just checking me out? Natsume thought to herself. I agree with Sasuke-san, it would be wise for them to learn the ropes from us, rather than the other Genin team, said Sai. Sarutobi really hoped that putting them on this team would bite him in the ass later, but this was the best team he could put them on for the upcoming Chunin exams. Very well, I will leave the introductions of your team up to you, Kakashi. For now, I will introduce your client. As Sarutobi nodded towards a man at the door, as Shinobi went outside. A moment later, a drunken man came in. I'm Tazuna, the bridge builder, he said. He reeked of alcohol. Welcome, Tazuna-san. I have a shinobi's ear for your mission escort. Huh? These are shinobi I bought? Well, they don't look like much. I assure you, they're all licensed Konoha shinobi, and if something serious were to happen, I will be there, said Kakashi. I suppose. Good, know all of you are to report to the northern gate in 20 minutes. Tazuna wished to get back to the wave in a haste. Naruto and Natsume, please wait. There's something I'd like to ask you. As the others left. What's up, old man, said Naruto. I just want to wish you well. And if something were to happen, try not to show off. I'm sure that you noticed Sasuke Uchiha, rather arrogant mannerism. Don't worry, we're gonna keep up the facade. Not doing much until, well, if it is needed or necessary. As the old man nodded, time skip at the gate. It was about 5 minutes from the deadline, as Kakashi decided to break the tension that was there. As Sakura seemed rather pissed, Sasuke seemed to be in deep thought and sighed. Well, he was sighing. So, why don't you two tell us about yourself? Like your likes, your dislikes, your dream, etc., he said, as Naruto was rather annoyed. But he went along with it. The name is Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto. My likes are training and things involved in it, and Natsu-chan. I have many dislikes, too many to bring up, so I'll save my breath. I have a few dreams, but I don't wish to discuss them, said Naruto. Why do you insist on using the fourth Hokage's last name, Sakura said. Everyone know from that night. Kakashi placed a hand on her shoulder and shook his head as Naruto's eye was looking at the girl with his side eye. As Kakashi stopped her from saying anything that would push anything further. Naruto could already tell that this girl was going to be annoying. If it wasn't from her loud, annoying voice, well, it was something else. My name is Natsume, said Natsume as she spoke up. And I like Naruto-kun and nature. My dislikes is a lot. My dream is having a family and to slaughter a group of people who deserve it. So, she wants revenge as well, Sasuke thought to himself. Well then, that will work good. But I have to get her to like me over him. Sasuke didn't know what it was about her, but it was just different. Well then, said Kakashi. My name is Natsume interrupted. We already know who all of you are. Let's not waste time with the pointless information, as Kakashi just scratched the back of his head. Well, at least you guys are on time, a voice said. Promptness is one of Konoha rules, said Kakashi, as his team turned towards him shocked. Him. Kakashi saying that. Good then, let's go. The faster I get there, the faster I can get on my rework. With that, Team 7 move out. Time skip. Konoha Forest. The group had only been walking for a few hours, and they were in the forest. Sakura was still annoyed, as she saw Sasuke glancing at that girl most often. They passed by a puddle as Kakashi narrowed his eyes toward the puddle. As Kekkei noticed that Natsuma and Naruto glanced towards the puddle as well. Seems they noticed. I'll leave this to them. A good chance to see their full skills. Two shadows then burst forward. Gotcha. As they wrap Kekkei up in their chains and rip him apart. Kakashi Sensei, Sakura cried. One down. As the man that said that found his head being decapitated. Brother! As the other one was stabbed right through the chest. As the two bodies dropped. I thought you said lay low, Naruto-kun, said Natsumai, as Naruto flashed the blood off his blade. Sorry, I guess that was a bit of itchy finger, said Naruto. As he sent away his blade. Kakashi, let's continue. Well, your eyes are certainly fast, Kakashi. Although, it would have been good to interrogate them, rather than killing them. Sensei, said Sakura in tears, as she thought he was dead. Sorry, Sakura, I just want to test you guys, to see if you could handle things without me being there. Granted, our mission test no country was a nice test too, but still. As he patted on the head. Good job, you two, as he looked towards Sai and Sasuke. The moment the brothers came up, the both of them had pulled their weapons rather quickly. Sasuke was pissed though. How the hell was he so fast? He did not even hesitate on killing them. Well, if the bosun in the office was true, knowing who these two are wouldn't really matter that much after all. Team 7 is supposed to be the best, correct? Said Naruto. Nevertheless, knowing intel always give you a good advantage, said Kakashi. Well, he's still really pissed at me, thought Kakashi. I hope I can change that someday. Now, Tetsuna-san, those were the demon brothers, A-rank Newtonin, from Kekkei. Can you tell me why they were after you? As Tetsuna gulped as he told them what happened. Despite the lack of payment and the right manpower, the team decided to still take the mission after all. Team 7 was the best, Sasuke boasted, and they move on anyway despite they shouldn't be agreeing to this mission. And well, they had backup. And from what Kakashi saw so far, these two were incredibly powerful. If he judged only on Naruto reaction time, which was fast, really fast. As they made their way towards the secret port to get to the land of wave, they reached the port without any problems. They then exited the boat as they continued to walk again, until Natsuma pulled a kunai and she threw it. As everyone got on their guard, Sakura was about to yell until a rabbit dropped out of the bushes, as it was impaled right in its side. What's the matter with you? It's just a poor rabbit, said Sakura. Was there a reason, Naruto asked? He looked towards her. Meh, I was hungry, she said. As Kakashi noticed the rabbit fur, he put it together quickly as he felt something. Everyone get down as he tackled Tetsuna down to the ground, as Naruto pulled out his blade and blocked it. Damn it, with my chakra so heavily suppressed, as he threw it to the side, as it lodged right into a tree. Seems I missed my mark. Well then, I'll just have to plead my prayer a bit, as Naruto placed his blade over his shoulder. A lot of genin. No wonder why the demon brother died. As Kakashi looked up, Zabuza, known as the demon of the mist, he said. It's an honor to know that you're great. Kakashi knows of me, Sharingan no Kakashi. Sadly, this is not a social visit. So why don't you hand that man over there to me, and you can all go and play. Sorry, but it would be bad for business, said Kakashi. Well then, can't say I wasn't diplomatic. Ninja art, hidden mist technique. Kakashi could not get to him fast enough to stop him from using a signature technique. Team, protect Tetsuna, he said, as he raised his headband. As Sasuke activated Sharingan, as Sai pulled out his scroll and Sakura pulled out a kunai. Seems they can handle things on their own, Naruto-kun. Yeah, I doubt they would need us. Why don't we go and pay a little visit to Zabuza to help her? As Naruto placed away his blade, as the both of them flashed out of the mist. A few dozen yards away was Zabuza's little apprentice with a hunter mask. Now tell me, what's a person like you doing in a place like this? The hunter ninja jumped slightly. They were shocked. They never even felt the presence. As the person turned a senma needle in both hands, Natsuma sniffed her. You smell like that man, so I'm guessing that you're not here to kill him. Don't worry, said Naruto as he saw the hunter ninja get ready to fight. We're not here to fight. If you want to, you'd already be dead. Besides, the seats are better up here. You will excuse me if I don't quite believe you. The hunter ninja tensed even more. Believe what you want, said Natsuma as she sat down, right beside Naruto as they watched the fight. What's up with these two? It's like they don't really care if their team die. The nin thought, as she narrowed her eyes towards the fight, as Naruto watched as Kakashi get caught in a water prison jutsu. You know your bloodline limit is being wasted for Zabuza's sake. You know that, miss, said Naruto. She blinked in surprise. How do you know that? She hadn't even used her ice release. Well, these ice of ice can see more than anyone will ever wish to, or even imagine, said Natsumai. Who are you, she said. These two were strange. They snuck up on her without her even noticing. They could have killed her, and yet they were here watching a fight, while their team was out there fighting. I'm Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, and this is my mate Natsumai, he said. And who are you, Naruto asked. Haku. Well then, Haku-san, tell me, why are you following Zabuza around? From his demeanor, it doesn't seem like he holds you in fair eye regard. She narrowed her eyes, but these two were definitely not gonna attack her. It seems. He saved me from my past, and I'm repaying him by being his tool. And I will not let anyone harm him, she said. I suppose I can understand that. But being a tool isn't something that defines you as a person. You should make a goal for your own life. You can thank someone for bringing you back from the death of oblivion. Maybe even feel obliged to owe them your death. But Zabuza is not that kind of person. He will always just take. Knowing that you will never do anything because you don't have the backbone. I think you need to think long and hard how your life has been since you became his tool. Then think about that is if what you want for the rest of your life. Shinobis like us have strange life that can end by a quick snap. So you should think about what you want instead of being someone's tool. Haku had no idea who this boy was, but yet he was so calmly talking to her, dropping his guard in every manner. She could try to attack him, because he was a part of a team that was gonna attack Zabuza-sama, but yet he was not interfering with the fight. He was actually watching. His words kind of made her doubt herself, but she shouldn't. She was Zabuza's tool, but his words. You know, if you don't want him to die, you might as well go down there now, said Natsumai. As Haku saw Zabuza in a bad situation, she glanced at the two for a second before flashing away, as she impaled Zabuza in the neck with senmons. As she spoke to Team 7, time skip, as Sai and Sasuke were standing there. Kakashi looked terrible. He was exhausted, as Sakura was trying to bandage up his wounds that he got in the battle when he saw the demon pair. Where the hell were you two? Sakura shouted. Well, we were having a little chat with Zabuza's apprentice, who you just let escape with him. As the members of Team 7 wonder what the hell they were talking about, a hunter Nin was the one that just grabbed Zabuza. Kakashi was able to put the two together. It makes sense now why the hunter Nin did not take the head of the person and took the entire body. And why didn't you stop him if you knew he was with Zabuza? The Jonin questioned. We just want to have a chat, and fighting is not very productive in that era, said Natsumai, not really caring, as she noticed Sasuke glancing at her every now and then. And besides, you are Team 7 the best Genins, correct? Isn't that right? Sasuke-Kanji said. Sasuke turned his head as he was blushing, as Sakura grinded her teeth together. Well, at the very least, did you get any useful information out of him? Well, for one, her name was Haku. She has a bloodline limit, but we weren't able to tell because the fight ended abruptly. So you left us for dead, so that you can have a stupid talk with her, said Sakura. Meh, said Naruto. I mean, you wouldn't be good Konoha ninjas if you couldn't handle Zabuza and his little apprentice. Am I right, said Naruto? Don't worry, we'll take Kakashi. You guys can rest, as they all glared at him. Kazuna, where's your house, said Naruto. Oh, it's about 3 miles away from here. As they made their way, as they met Kazuna's daughter, Tsunami, who was happy that her father was okay and that the Konoha ninja was okay as well, as Kakashi had to get some rest. The next day, the group was outside as Kakashi was still looking worn out from his battle, but he would have to train his team because if he did not, they won't be ready the next time. As Kakashi brought them towards the sandy beach, it was time that he teach them about water walking. We already know what to do this, said Naruto. I guess that's, said Kakashi. I'll let these 3 do this exercise, and I'll begin you on something else. If it's okay with you, we'll just train alone, said Naruto. It would be rather awkward after 6 years to train with anyone else, seeing that the both of us always train together, said Naruto. It wasn't really a question that he was asking, he was just telling. Well then, I'm sure that you'll have to get used to training your teammates. But for this situation, okay, said Naruto as he started to walk off, as the two of them flashed away in a Shanshin. They can do Shanshin? said Sakura in shock. She knew it was a skill for Chunins and Jonins, but they were two Genins like them, and they didn't know how to do that yet. And she kind of wondered how strong those two were. Seems there's a lot to report to Don Osama. Sai thought to himself. What the hell's going on? He didn't even go to the academy to learn how to be a ninja like me. I was a rookie of the year, and yet this damn punk just arrived, and he's outclassing me already. But it doesn't matter, Sasuke said. Those are just cheap tricks. He wouldn't be able to handle me in a full-on battle. Alright, team, said Kakashi. Given the fact that he already teach him tree walking, now to move on to the water walking. Meanwhile, for the demon couple, as Naruto was leaning up against a tree as Natsume was in his arms. So, what exactly are you gonna do if she actually leaves Zabuza? Well, at the time I wasn't thinking about it, said Naruto, as he scratched the back of his head. But, I could let her stay in the compound until she figure out what she wants to do, he said. Sounds like a plan. But what will Hana think? Well, I'll let her know of the situation, said Naruto, if anything happens. As Natsume just cuddling in his arms, as the both of them fell asleep. After all, they did not come out here to train. They just came out here to get away from the team back there. After some time, Haku came in, as she was wearing a pink kimono, as she started to pick some herbs. As Naruto and Natsume were lying down, and the grasses in front of Haku was too high, so she did not see them over to the far distance, until Naruto spoke. Good afternoon, Haku, he said. Haku had snapped around until she saw them. Oh, good afternoon, Naruto-san. Natsume-san, she said. What are you two doing all the way out here? Just relaxing, said Naruto, as you can see, as Natsume simply cuddled up more in his arms. How about you, said Naruto, picking medicinal herbs for Zabuza-sama. Oh, so I take it you haven't thought about what we told you, said Naruto. I don't know, she said. Well, I admit, my life without Zabuza-sama was hell. But it's better with him in my life now. Before, I was less than dirt to most people. And perhaps being a tool isn't the best thing for me, but I did owe him my life. And at the time, there was nothing I could offer him except for my life itself. And besides, even if I did leave, what would I do? Where would I go? And everyone I used to know either want me dead, or is dead themselves. You know you're lucky that I'm so comfortable, said Natsume, because I would have come over there to smack you, offering yourself to someone like that. You're not just some piece of tool to be given to any man. I really hate when girls see themselves as something like that. And as for your problem, me and Naruto-kun here was just talking about that a moment ago, and we came up with a proposition. If you decide to choose freedom over slavery. Haku was surprised. What was it, she asked. Well, if you want to get rid of Zabuza, and try to make your own life, Naruto-kun will offer you a home in Konoha, until you decide what to do. She was shocked that they would do something like that for her, despite just meeting her. Thank you for the offer, she said, but I highly doubt I'll be welcome in a place like that after what has happened, and what will happen with your team. Trust me, said Naruto, with me as your landlord. You have nothing to worry about being ridiculed in that village. As Natsume then turned. Sorry about this, but seems our conversation will have to be postponed. One of our idiotic teammates are coming. So, think about our offer and choose. As Haku nodded before she made her way off. A moment later, Sasuke strolled in, a Sharingan activated. Who were you just talking to, he said. Someone who was just picking herbs, but they had to leave, said Naruto, as he ran his arms down Natsume's shoulders. As Sasuke scowled at that, the tomo in his eyes started to spin as he tried to intimidate the blonde. Then it was no one important. I just want to make sure it wasn't an Haku person, so that you weren't planning on betraying us. Even if it was, said Naruto. What would you do? I mean, you came all the way out here by yourself. Tell me, what would you do exactly? Well, I wasn't planning on humiliating you in front of Natsume, although I have no idea why she's with a person like you, when she can be with a true shinobi like myself. But when I beat you, she would realize and come to me, on her own free will. Plus, Kakashi told me not to pick a fight with you. I think I'll make an exception this once. As Naruto kissed Natsume right in front of Sasuke, before he got up, as Natsume leaned against a tree. As Naruto yawned, so you wanna fight me, huh, Uchiha, he asked. Sasuke didn't waste a time as he moved. The moment he moved though, he felt something pressing him against his throat. What the hell? You know, you're rather foolish, talking when you want to assassinate someone. I mean, that is our goal here. to assassinate me, right? This can't be a normal fight with a normal genin of Konoha because I didn't authorize it and agree to it. So you want to kill me and yet you spoke to me. I could slit your throat right here, said Naruto. Go on, foolish little boy, said Naruto. As Sasuke pushed back as he swift out of Naruto's grasp, given the fact that Naruto loosened his hold on the kunai. He then swung around the kick that Naruto ducked underneath. Don't think after one idiotic attack that you can stop me, said Sasuke. As Sasuke launched his kunai as Naruto tilted his head. As Sasuke appeared from above as he dropped his leg, Naruto simply grabbed it, taking away all the pressure and swinging Sasuke towards a tree. Sasuke flipped though as his feet landed on the tree that he used the momentum to blast off of. He flashed two hand signs and he came to Naruto. Fire style. Verbal jutsu, he said. As Naruto simply moved out of the way. Look at this wonderful farce. Naruto knew that Natsuma loved nature as he simply went through hand sign. As he spewed water out of his mouth and out all the flames. Sasuke appeared and drive his fist forward as Naruto grabbed it and yanked it downwards. As he slammed his knee under Sasuke's chin, knocking him out quickly with a swift chop to the neck as Sasuke dropped on the ground. Well, that was certainly entertaining, said Natsumai. Well, not really, said Naruto. But at least the arrogant bastard isn't as weak as most genins. Well, I suppose. But I do enjoy that you're fighting for me. Well, Sasuke can fight me as long as you want, but you're mine, said Naruto, and that won't change. There is no doubt in that, Naruto-kun, and besides, he could never catch up to you in any way. Not the stamina, not the strength. Maybe we should talk about this another time, said Naruto, while we're alone. Isn't that right, Itachi? Ah, so you notice us. Very good. I'm quite surprised that you know who I am though. As two figures step out of the shadows. I highly doubt that you came all this way for a family reunion, said Natsumai, as she looked towards the two uninvited guests. Itachi, I'll handle the girl. No Kisame. Something about her is different. Similar to Naruto, but different. Leave her be for now. Would you mind telling me why you're following us, said Naruto. That is something that you will learn in due time. All in due time, Naruto-kun, he said. Then you're gonna wait for due time until I know who you are, said Naruto. Because if you won't talk, neither will I, said Naruto. And if that is all you're here for, would you mind getting the hell out of the way so that we can go and continue on our mission? As Naruto simply walked forward and paused right in front of them with Natsumai at his side. The two Akatsuki members simply move apart as the two of them then flicker away. But then, a monstrous killing taint dropped right in the forest. Itachi, I suggest you advise Kisame to hold his tongue when it comes to my companion, and I'm not asking, and no other warning will be given. And just like that, the voice disappeared, and the key vanished. What the hell, Kisame said. I suggest we contact Leader Sama. He would want to hear about these new circumstances. About the Kyuubi Shinjuku. As Itachi saw strange waves flowing from Demon Pier with his eyes. But he didn't know what they were. But Naruto was indeed strong. Really strong. Time skip. Tazuna's house. Kekkei Sensei, they've been out there for hours, said Sakura. We need to go look for them. No need. As Naruto came in and threw Sasuke on the couch, Sasuke and Sakura rushed over, seeing him unconscious and bruised. Should I even ask what happened, said Kakashi. He challenged me to a fight. And that's the result, said Naruto. Kakashi sighed. He knew that something like this would happen. As Sai just watched Naruto carefully. Time skip. A week later. It has been a week since Sasuke challenged Naruto. Both Sharingan users were back to full strength now. The group was able to master the water walking as Kakashi sent them out in pairs to protect Tazuna. At the moment, Team 7 and Kakashi was making their way. When they arrived to see the unconscious workers. Seems like he's back, said Kakashi. Good, I can finally test myself after all this training, said Sasuke's Sharingan already activated. The group continued on, making sure the workers are still alive. And yes, they were. They were just passed out. Ah, so we meet once again, huh, Kakashi? Zabuza's voice cut through the mist. The team surrounded Tazuna as planned. As Zabuza stepped out of the mist, along with the hunter near his side. Seems you made a full recovery from the near-dead state. Your friend put you in. Even if I wasn't, it would still be enough to finish you. This time, you won't be so lucky, Kakashi. I will aim this, said Zabuza. Well then, let's see about that. I'll take the hunter name, said Sasuke. Ah, so the Genin. Want to be the first to die, said Zabuza with a chuckle. Very well then, Haku. Do not let your emotions get in the way. Show him how a real shinobi fight. As Haku walked forward and pulled the Senbon, as Sasuke pulled the kunai, as the two blurred away and started to clash. As both men watched as Sasuke was not doing too well, Haku was just so much faster. You've gotten stronger, but not strong enough. It's over, Haku said. She went through one-handed seals and stomped her foot on the ground. Ice style. Death by 1,000. Flying water needles. The water transformed into 1,000 Senbons made of ice. Sasuke's eyes widened as all of them were pointed towards them. I am sorry, Haku said. Sasuke cursed channeled a large amount of chakra to his feet and blasted upwards. As the momentum propelled him straight upwards, a few of them sticking to his hands. But at least he got away from the barrage. Meanwhile, at Tasuna's house, a scream could be heard as it came from Naruto. Goddamn sunlight, he said, as it was shining right in his face. As Natsume was still asleep, she was in his chest, completely naked. She does this to me on purpose, I swear, said Naruto, as she pressed herself against him even more. He then heard a loud voice, "Leave my mom alone!" As Naruto heard the fear in the boy's voice, as he leaned Natsume over to the side as she mumbled something, not liking her new comfort, as he got his pants on and flashed outside. What the hell's going on, he said. I don't know who you are, but unless you want to die, stay the hell out of the way. As Naruto moved and grabbed the man's wrist and snapped it, a Rasengan formed in his palm as he slammed it in the man's stomach. As his partner watched the Rasengan rip through his partner's stomach, tearing into it, as his partner slammed into the support beam, as Naruto lessed the impact of the Rasengan, not to show so much blood and gore to Inari. Take Inari inside, said Naruto. You won't want to see this. As his other partner saw, the look in the kid's eye, he ran. Well, he tried to as Inari hugged his mother as she hugged him back tightly. As Naruto came back a moment later, he was soaked to the bone. Well, he had to wash himself off after the blood splattered on him. Well, seems we're gonna have to get going, said Naruto, as he quickly made his way to the room. Time skip. Well, this is interesting, isn't it, Naruto-kun? Natsume said, as they looked at the situation that they ran into at the bridge. The entire bridge was covered in a thick mist, with Kakashi and Zabuza on one side, and a dome of ice, surrounding Sasuke and Sai, Senbons all over them as they seemed to be on their last leg. Sakura was still protecting Tazuna as she looked torn, between helping her comrades and protecting the client. As Sakura heard a yawn, as she turned. Naruto, is that you? Fear, anxiety, and a bit of relief was in her voice. I guess we'll have to intervene, said Naruto as he looked toward the ice dome. Don't worry, we'll handle this. Meanwhile, inside the ice dome, damn it, even my Sharingan being able to keep up my body is not fast enough, Sasuke cursed, as another Senbon lodged into his right arm. Any ideas, Sai? Sorry, I lost my tools. Damn it, said Sasuke, and with what little chakra I have left. Seems like I'll have to come in and save your ass, said a voice. Great, the worst possible time he could have arrived. When I'm on my last leg, Sasuke thought to himself. Haku-san, have you come to a decision? Natsume's voice said through the dome, just like Naruto's. So the bastard did talk with her. Damn traitor, Sasuke said. Seems they made some deal, said Sai. If nothing else, I should listen how this plays out. You traitor, Sasuke said. You were talking to her behind our backs. Sasuke, you're really annoying me. Would you mind shut the hell up, said Naruto. Now, Haku, what's your answer? As she thought over everything that she thought about last night, the things that she had to do, the humiliation, things that she never wanted to do, the killing, but she had to for him, and their offer of being her own person. Everything rushed to her mind within seconds. After a moment, she melted out of her ice mirror. As the mirror started to melt, as Naruto and Natsume stepped forward. I'm glad that you made the correct choice, Haku-san, said Naruto. She bowed her head slightly. I decided it was time to live for myself, instead of someone else, Naruto-sama. Don't call me that, said Naruto. I didn't ask you to go from one master to another. I want you to live your own life and make your own choices. Understood, said Naruto, as he didn't want her to take him as her master now. Sorry. Yes, she said. Shidori, said a voice, as Sasuke used the last muster of his strength that he had as he moved forward to kill Haku. As a hand grabbed his wrist firmly and squeezed it. Ishidori, quickly dissipates. She is no longer the enemy, said Naruto. And not to mention she is now under my clan protection, and mine as well. As Naruto threw Sasuke away. Please, explain, said Sai. Given the situation, you wouldn't mind doing that. As he looked over his body where the needles were. We'll explain later. As Natsume turned her head. Summoning, tracking, fang techniques, said Kakashi. Zabuza was grabbed as dogs bit into him, holding him down. Now, it's time to finish this. Lightning blade. Damn it, I can't get free. Haku, Zabuza shouted out. Upon hearing her name, her body reacted on its own and took a step forward, only for a hand to stop her. If you wish to live a new life, you must cast away your own, said Natsume. As Haku was trembling, but she did not move. A loud sound could be heard of flesh being pierced and a cry of pain as the mist died down. Kakashi was surprised to see all of his team alive and well. I suppose he didn't need help after all, said Naruto. You two are right, said Kakashi as he saw Sai and Sasuke looking worn out. As he noticed Haku next to Naruto and raised an eyebrow. Mind explaining? I'll explain later, said Naruto as he looked towards Zabuza. The man did teach him in the past, but they weren't exactly friends, as he told him plenty of times that he could die when they fought, and while he wasn't exactly training him like any normal apprentice, he aimed for killing blows. If Naruto wasn't on his feet at all times, he would have died. And to be more clear, Zabuza wasn't really a good person. Well, no one was. Well, no need for that. My boys here will take care of you quite quickly. As everyone turned to see a short man in a business suit. Oh, and thank you for taking care of my large bill as well. It's really annoying how much money they want for a single payment, when they're just pawns to be used. As Naruto summoned its two blades as he threw one of them to Natsume who caught it. Now this is the scum of the earth, said Naruto. You would have to feel any regret on taking him out. As Haku brought out some ice needles, as the three of them moved, before Kakashi could even say anything. What the group saw next wasn't a fight, it was genocide. Both Tazuna and Sakura puked after the trio start their assault. The limbs, the blood, they're monsters, said Sakura. No, they're shinobis. Whether you like it or not, this is a shinobi's life, said Kakashi, trying to keep stable. But this wasn't normal. These shinobis weren't worth so much effort, but Naruto was mercilessly cutting them down one after another. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Sasuke cursed in his mind. How could he be so much stronger than him? As Sasuke tried his best, but yet Naruto's speed far outclassed Haku. How could he be so much stronger? As the three of them came back, that wasn't really necessary, said Kakashi as he looked towards Natsume and Naruto, because their battle was a lot different from Haku's. Let's just go, I just want to get cleaned up, said Naruto. As he walked past them, Kakashi-sensei, said Sakura. Let's go, he said, before he grabbed Zabuza's corpse. Once they were back and everything was over, the three explained the best they could. But Kakashi warned them that they will have to talk to Hokage about everything that went on with this mission. After that, they decided to get some rest, as Natsume was a bit upset, seeing that Haku was sleeping in their rooms. Well, that wasn't a problem, it's just they couldn't finish what they wanted to start this morning. The next day, given the fact that the threat of the mission was over, they just helped finish the bridge. They were surprised when they saw the clones that Naruto created. Even Kakashi was shocked to the numerous amount of clones, solid clones. It pissed off Sasuke even more that he knew something like that. As after that, they thanked Tazuna and the family for the hospitality. And with that, they set out towards Konoha. When they finally got back towards the village, they were stopped at the gate until several envoys arrived. Naruto Uzumaki, Natsume, please come with us. Your presence is needed at the council room, the cat mass envoy said, as Naruto looked rather annoyed along with Natsume, as he created a clone to lead Haku towards the Namikaze mansion. Fine, lead the way, he said. Time skip. Enter. Hokage-sama, we have retrieved them like you requested. Upon their mission return, back from the hidden wave. Ah, thank you, Nico. You may return back to your post now. She nodded as she flashed away. As Sarutobi stomped a few papers. If you're trying to annoy us, it's really working, said Natsume. Is it as I fear, the council wishes to speak with you? Saruto was about to say something until Naruto turned. I dislike eavesdroppers, you know, as Kakashi appeared. You better have a good reason for this, Kakashi. This is a private meeting that you should not be a part of. Sorry, Hokage-sama, he said. I had come here to have a word with you before this meeting occurred, but the envoy got here before I could, and I just came in hoping that I could get the chance. Then why didn't you show yourself? It's because I have some concerns, Hokage-sama. These two are not ordinary genins, and there's something that I've noticed they're using, a type of genjutsu that I've never seen or heard of before. I want to know who they are and what they're capable of. Sorry, but not even I can answer those questions. If you wish to know more, you can ask them yourself, but I doubt they will tell you. As Kakashi looked towards them, I understand. With Naruto pass here, I can understand why he'll be hesitant to show the real him. And after what I did, I know he won't tell me. So all I can do is wait until he reveal himself or trust me enough. Tell me the truth. Well, since we got her out of the way, Kakashi, you'll have to leave. As Kakashi nodded as he left, Hey, Nacho-chan, Naruto said, as he spoke to her, we go in the plan. Yeah, it would be far too annoying to let those people know what I really look like, she said. As Sarutobi watched Naruto as he did something rather quickly, as Natsumai poofed away. As Naruto sealed away a body, Sarutobi was confused about what happened until Naruto bit his hand and slammed his hand down, summoning Jutsu. As a 10-foot, 5-tailed fox appeared, Sarutobi narrowed his eyes. Calm down, Hokage. It is only me, said Natsumai. Sorry about that, said Sarutobi. Bad memories. You don't fight a 50-foot fox and get over it that easily. That day was a bad pill for all of us to swallow, she said, as Naruto petted her head. Alright then, old man, let's get going. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want the next person to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, guys, go ahead and check out the brand new series over on Anime King of What If Naruto was one of the legendary 7s, and enjoy that, guys. And he also posts a brand new episode over on Anime King 3 of What If Naruto was exiled from the Otsutsuki clan. So go ahead and enjoy that, guys. And also, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, I'm out for now. See you guys very, very soon. Peace out.
Remember the moment you left me.